The Iowa caucuses are the first test of the 2024 race. It's a process that requires more than merely picking a candidate. Representatives of the campaigns make short speeches, party business is conducted, and then the votes are cast and counted in more than 1,600 precincts across the state's 99 counties. And if it all goes well, Jeff Kaufmann will breathe a sigh of relief. He is the chairman of the Republican Party of Iowa, and he joins us now. Jeff, thanks so much for being with us. It's a very busy night. It's cold. Tell me about the effect that the weather might have on the caucuses.
Well, at this point, if I had to deal with some weather-related situation, I'd much rather deal with the cold than blinding snow or ice. We've had the snow plows have been able to be out for 48 hours. They're doing a fantastic job. I believe we're going to have a robust turnout. This is not the first rodeo for almost every caucus attendee. We're going to have multiple days like this in the Iowa winter, and I think we're going to have a good night.
Tell me, Jeff, I hate to bring up bad memories, but you weren't chairman of the party, so it's not your problem. But in 2012, we were all there, and Mitt Romney was declared the winner of the caucuses. And then later, it turned out that Rick Santorum, Pennsylvania senator, had won. How do you ensure that something like that doesn't happen again? And we're in an atmosphere where there's greater skepticism about votes, vote counting, and so forth, in part because of the Republican frontrunner.
Sure. And, you know, what I would do to prevent something like that is not call the election that early. I mean, that was not a breakdown in the process. It was a decision in terms of calling that election. As far as voter integrity, though, John, this is the most transparent process, and I mean this literally, in the country. We count the votes in the room. Candidates can have a representative watch the counting. We report the votes in the room. You can double check after we report everything to you, and the people in the room can double check that. And if that's not enough, we've got a paper trail that we collect every single piece of paper from all 1,600 plus precincts. I feel very calm and very confident in our election integrity and our transparency.
Help me understand the electorate as you understand it. It would be foolish for us to talk about polls, really, because we're about to get real results. But I want to ask you as a kind of general matter, when you look at Governor DeSantis, he would seem to be, having spent some time in Iowa over the last 30 years, I would think a candidate really well set up for the state. He's got support in the evangelical community. He went through all 99 counties. He won a very big election in 2022. He's got good strength with the various different parts of the base in his electorally important state. He's got the endorsement of the governor. He's got a good ground game. Shouldn't he be positioned really well, poised to do well in Iowa? Do you agree? And if he doesn't, what does that mean?
Well, and he may very well. You're right. You know, polling in a caucus is tricky. I mean, clearly we have a front runner, and that's been a consistent response from the polls from day one. But here's the thing about Iowa voters: we take this very seriously. We're not supposed to choose the next president. We're supposed to kick the tires. We're supposed to give them a neutral playing field where they can actually make their case. And I think that's exactly what we're doing here. And I'll tell you, I see Iowa voters, they will come to events even after they pick their candidate because they want to check off. I can tell you that every single voter in this state has given due deference to everything, including the policy.
Let me ask you as a final question. Just after the attacks on the Capitol on January 6th, Senator Chuck Grassley, who knows Iowans, elected 7 times, he said that the attack was so damaging to President Trump that, quote, there's very little opportunity for him to lead the Republican Party. The other Iowa Senator, Joni Ernst, said, I don't know how anybody can be proud about the actions that they took, speaking of the rioters. Well, President Trump, not only is leader of the party, he's probably more leader than he ever has been. As you mentioned, he's the front runner, and he is proud of the actions that were taken on January 6th. What did the Iowa senators misunderstand about their Republican voters?
Well, and I'm not going to second guess what Senator Grassley and Senator Ernst believed and what the context was of that statement. I can tell you this, as opposed to January 6th, I can tell you about January 15th. In 2 hours, you're going to start to see what Iowa voters think about all of those incidences. And I'll tell you, they have the final word on this issue.
Indeed. Jeff Kaufmann, Iowa GOP chair, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, John. It's my pleasure.
All eyes may be on Iowa tonight, but we always like to jump ahead. So we're already looking ahead for the next contest, and that's in New Hampshire. The GOP primary is next week. Voters will cast ballots in the Republican presidential primaries Tuesday, January 23rd. Ahead of that, there will be a GOP primary debate in New Hampshire this Thursday, but it's unclear who will participate or if it will move the needle for any particular candidate. For more, we're joined by CBS News political correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns. Caitlin,